Ah!
Hey everybody, welcome to the ReCoop. I'm Cooper Daniels and I'm a guy that knows a little about a lot. And today we're continuing with the crypto series and we're talking about Algorand. Yep, governance has begun. Are you a governor? Have you signed up? Hello, governor. Here we go. We even have our first voting measure. I'm going to talk about that and give you my first reaction to it. But first, we're going to talk about Binance. Come on, man. Man, I got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. First off, Binance, what are you doing? I mean, what in God's name are you doing? Like, seriously. Okay, so if you're not paying attention, folks, and you're like, why is he talking about Binance? Well, my last governance video, I gave some suggestions of exchanges you could buy and withdraw from. Because I saw people online on StockTwits, etc., saying, hey, can I transfer my algo off of Voyager? And I was like, no, you can't. You cannot transfer your algo off of Voyager. And there are probably other exchanges you can't as well. So I was informing people that don't buy it on Voyager and think you can transfer it and take part in governance. Buy it from a Coinbase Pro, a Kraken, a Binance. Because in the past, I have bought Algo on Binance and transferred it off very easily. And frankly, the Binance fees are very competitive. So there were things in my history to say that Binance would be fine. Well, a couple of days after I made that video, Binance very randomly decided to halt all withdrawals of Algo until after the registration period to take part in governance ends. Okay? So what is that? Seems shady as hell to me. Why are they doing that? People are like, well, why would they even do that? I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. But whatever the reason is intentional. Are they forcing people to sell it so they can take advantage of the fees? Are they trying to lock up as many algo as possible on their exchange? So, because they're taking part in governance and they plan to offer a very competitive percentage if you hold on their exchange during governance. It's because they know that they're going to offer the most aggressive yield outside of governance. I don't know if that's what it is. And I frankly don't care. I don't like that they are screwing such a large group of people. Because, look, especially since I suggested them, it's awful. It's an awful thing. Don't use Binance. Binance sucks. Now, if for some reason you have Algo on Binance right now and you're like, man, I want this off. Like maybe it's because you recently purchased some thinking that you could withdraw it, or maybe it's because you were just holding it on Binance, which now you've learned your lesson. Don't do that. Don't do that again, okay? Stop holding your crypto on Binance. If you have to use them to buy something, get it off as soon as possible. But there is a solution. Now, look, I don't have any Algo on Binance. I haven't bought Algo on Binance in a long time, okay? I usually just buy it on Coinbase Pro. It's been seamless for me, and that's been fine. But if you do, I've seen some people solve this by doing this very simple step. You're gonna swap your Algo for XLM, Stellar Lumen. And then you're going to send your XLM. You're going to be able to withdraw your XLM and do this quickly before Binance decides to suspend, all withdrawals or whatever they're going to end up doing. Now, you're going to get your XLM and you're going to send it to a Coinbase or a KuCoin or wherever you know to send XLM, you can do it, okay? And when you get to your new exchange, you're going to swap your XLM for Algo. You're going to have to make a couple of swaps and then you'll be fine, okay? That's the deal, all right? And also, the Algorand Foundation has reached out to Binance to get more details. So it is possible that they'll get an answer, and even before I put this video out, the answer will already be out there. But all I'm saying is I feel badly that I suggested Binance, and this has backfired on people. I will never suggest Binance again. My official ReCoop position on Binance is Binance sucks. All right? Good job, Binance. Way to piss off a thriving, growing community. All right. I'm done with that. You guys good? All right. Let's move on. All right. So governance has started, folks. Make sure you're signed up by the 14th, okay? They say that the window's from October 1st to October 15th. Just sign up by the 14th. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to make sure that you're signed up by the 14th. All right. So if you're planning on making any purchases with an ACH transfer into an exchange, you better do that like now. Okay. Just do it. Because also with this Binance stuff, my wife actually had some algo on Coinbase that she was transferring to her official Algorand wallet, and they put a 4-day delay on her transfer for security reasons. So don't what is the saying? Don't fly too close to the sun, folks. She's going to be fine. It's going to clear and be in her wallet by tomorrow because she did it a few days ago. But like, it seems like these exchanges aren't really happy that people are moving their algo off of their exchange, because unfortunately, these exchanges are going to have a large position in governance. That might be an interesting thing to vote on in the future, whether maybe these centralized exchanges are even allowed to take part in governance. That would be a cool thing to get rid of. I don't even think that's likely. I mean, how do you even enforce that? I don't know. But I know that the community, the retail community, would appreciate that. All right. But look, we've got our first voting measure, and I'm excited to talk about it. There's in the Algonauts Discord, there is a very lively discussion happening, and I took part in it today because I want to understand. And I have my first reaction. And look, I've said this before, but I'm not a rigid guy. My opinion can change, and it is fluid currently. I will give you my first instinct to this voting measure today, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to take part in discussion and that I can't be swayed one way or the other, because I'm literally just giving you my gut reaction to this vote. Okay? Is that clear? So let's read it. Let's read this first voting measure. Option A, basically keep it the way it is now, okay? Keep the current system. The governance rewards amount for 2022 will be 282 million algo, 70.5 million per quarter, while maintaining the current simple locking mechanism. The rewards are distributed among the governors who vote and maintain the committed algos in their wallet for the entire quarterly period. Governors failing to do so will lose their rewards, but will incur no further penalties. Exactly as it is right now. Basically, keep this boat going at the same rate, the same speed, and it just keeps on boating along, folks. Boating along. I've got a wonderful grasp of language. All right, option B, very different. Higher rewards and slashing. Slashing, okay. The governance rewards amount for 2022 will be 362 million algos, which is what, 80 million more than option A, which will work out to be 90.5 million per quarter, which is 20 million more per quarter. With a slashing mechanism, the rewards are distributed among the governors who vote and maintain the committed algos in their wallet for the entire quarterly period. In case of failing to do so, governors will be subject to an 8% slashing of their committed amount on top of losing their rewards. So that means that in option B, for every 100 algo that you commit and you do not uphold, if you don't make your votes or you withdraw your algo, you'll lose 8 algo for every 100 you have committed. Okay, that makes sense, right? So there's a higher threshold for option B. So option A, you commit it. If you do all the votes and you keep your balance at the level that you committed, then you get your rewards. If you pull out your money, you just don't get the rewards, you're fine, blah, 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 blah. Option B, you commit a certain amount, you do the votes, you're fine, you're gonna get higher rewards. And there's a punishment for pulling it out. Outside of just the rewards, you will also lose 8% of your stake. So that could get significant if you've committed much of your wealth to Algo. And let's say you had 10,000 Algo committed, and then something happened in your life where you needed that money, you're going to lose 8% of your 10,000 algo. So that's 800 algo. So if you commit 10,000 algo to governance and you have to pull it out, that's 800 algo. That's a significant loss, right? So you have to be it's going to encourage people to make more conservative stakes. All right. So what is my opinion about this? Well, my first instinct is that option B rewards the most committed long-term holders of Algo the most, because it's going to be a higher reward, and there's less of an incentive to put so much of your algo in there because there's risk. With risk, there'll be people acting more conservatively about putting all of their money into it, right? Certain people think that option B with the slashing mechanism will encourage exchanges to not commit as much to governance. I don't really see that. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that line of thinking. I mean, I feel like exchanges are actually going to benefit from option B because they have, they have all the resources that they could possibly need to take part, and they have people in charge of this. There's no way they're going to dip below however much they've staked, and they're not going to, and they're obviously going to, take part in all the votes. They're going to be able to execute that perfectly. Now, there is the argument that exchanges need liquidity, so they'll be maybe more conservative about the amount that they stake. I don't necessarily buy that. I think it's a decent point, though. That's something that I think that we can talk about further in the future. But the way I see it is that option B is going to pay me more rewards because I am going to take part in governance, and I am not going to commit more than I know for a fact I can leave in there for 3 months. And I am definitely going to take part in every vote. So I will be getting more rewards. And there's also the added benefit that more and more with the higher reward rate, more and more will be further distributed to all of the algo holders. So the foundation will have less in their hands and the holders will have more of the algo in their hands. I mean, I can see that also further decentralizing the holdings of algo. I do believe that option A presents a more friendly option for retail investors to take part. So I think that option A kind of creates a wider tent. So I do believe smaller retail will be more likely to take part in this if there isn't a slashing mechanism and it's not so aggressive. But frankly, the lockup period is short. It's only 3 months. So you're only committing to 3 months. And the way I see it is that, look, I believe that a lot of us, if you're watching this, we're all early. We're early on algo. So it's a good time for us people that are early to get as many rewards as possible. So look, at this current point, I'm leaning towards B. Now I know that there is a very, very enthusiastic group of people in the Algonauts Discord that are pretty passionate about option A. So, and some people are voicing concern about the 8% being, so the way this works in option B is that 8% of your stake is going to be moved into an escrow account. Now, I've seen some concern about the security of that escrow account. I have full faith in Algorand that they're going to be able to secure that account. They've already secured the 10 billion algo very successfully, and I believe that they're going to be able to secure that. So I don't see that as a huge problem. But yeah, the way it's going to work is that off the top, 8% of your stake is going to get moved into an escrow account. If you keep your balance right and you do all the votes, then you'll obviously get that back. So yeah, as it stands right now, I'm leaning towards B. But like I said, I'm not rigid, folks. I can be swayed. And I believe we're going to have some kind of town hall talks about this. We're going to get all into this, man. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of being a governor on the ReCoop. The ReCoop is going to maintain his governorship, and we'll be talking about this a lot, okay? I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be part of this community. And if you've learned anything from this video, these are the 3 highlights. First, Binance sucks. Stop using Binance. Second, make sure you're registered for governance by October 14th. Just do it then, okay? Don't mess around. October 14th, just do it then. Third, the first vote is out and the options are keep the system the same or implement a higher reward and a slashing penalty for not upholding your end of the deal. So those are the things that you've learned. look, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching, governors. All right. Hey, everybody, do your homework.